Hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. And today I will be talking about the news about Amazon buying the 007 rights from Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson. And I'm not going to lie, I am very, very weary about this because if we've seen from Amazon and what they do to franchises, it's not really. hmm, it's It doesn't sound like there's going to be good news. I mean, it's bad enough they tried to take James Bond down the modern audience route with No Time to Die before backtracking, and but it looks like Amazon could go all the way with this. Who knows? But we're just going to have to wait to see. But from what I'm seeing from the news, they Broccoli and Wilson will still remain co-owners of the intellectual property rights. Now, I don't know if that still gives them any say, but it's, from what I'm hearing, the Amazon will be in full creative control, and that's the part I am really worried about because we've seen what they have with Rings of Power. We see the people hello, blue collar, see the people who worked on Rings of Power who have no understanding of Tolkien's work or what he was setting out to do because they just saw it as something to inject their own woke agenda on. And I'm very skeptical that this might do the same. So, yeah, what the fuck is this? I just woke up for work. Fucking hell, man, with the amount of drinking and streaming you were doing last night. Well, it was last night here, afternoon where you were. I'm surprised you're still up. But I hope your hangover isn't too bad, man. I hope you're doing well. So, if you've known a little bit about the ownership before, it was mostly Albertine, Cubby Broccoli, and Harry Saltzman that did a lot of the producing on the older ones, and they fell out. Eventually, Cubby took over, and then when he was on his way out, he handed the reins over to his stepson Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli, and they kind of done all right. They were okay. They did okay with the Brosnan era. It's she kind of went down a little bit when she did Die Another Day, and they both came back when they decided to sort of reboot the Bond franchise and try and go back to his roots with the novel. But then they started going too back to the novel by also tying it into Jason Bond for some reason, and then they had to go with the whole because everyone else is being woke. They had to fucking put that shit in it as well, make a Bond for the modern audience, for the Me Too generation, which, oh yeah, that did fucking well, Me Too. But they did reel it back, and I think they have sort of been backtracking on what they were trying to do last time after No Time to Die came out, because before they were saying, hey, let's make Bond a woman, or blah, 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 or more diverse, and then they're saying, no, Bond must be a man always. So they probably saw how stupid it was, but I don't know why they handed it over to Amazon. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they were struggling a little bit after the fucking disastrous box office takings of No Time to Die, because they really should have just fucking released that movie instead of fucking spending so much fucking money on marketing. And I think that's what they did. I think they overdid it on the fucking marketing, and then they delayed it again for reshoots. And it was a big clusterfuck that went way over budget, and to the point where they couldn't fucking make that back in time, because the amount of profit they had to make was fucking astronomical compared to the budget. So it might have been a factor. That's why Amazon has bought it now. Jeff Bezos is pretty much a fucking gazillionaire still. Yeah, saying No Time to Die was delivered 4 years ago to rave reviews and box office success. Yeah, that's a load of bullshit. That's fucking Sky News for you, man. Tried looking at it on Sky News Australia to get a bit more accuracy, but nah, that's So let's have a look. Details of the 26th official Bond film and its new star are yet to be revealed. Come on, just put Henry Cavill in for fuck's sake. Everyone's asking for it. I mean, just give him a contract just for a couple of films, just maybe 3 films, and because he's in his 40s now. And by the time you get to the third one, he probably might be getting close to 50. And okay, so he can bow out. He can bow out before it starts getting too much for him because we've heard about this. They get a little older and the action starts to get a bit too much for them, even though they are still in good shape. But that's the thing. You can still be in good shape, but you're still a man of your age. That's the whole thing. So in the statement on Ian Productions website, Mike Hopkins, head of Prime Video and Amazon MGM Studio, said they were honoured to continue this treasured heritage and look forward to ushering the next phase of the legendary 007 for audiences around the world. Okay, so far they aren't saying anything about doing something for modern audiences, and this is Sky News. This is woke Sky News, not fucking base Sky News Australia. Wilson said after 60 years spent working across the franchise, he would now be focusing on art and charitable projects. And okay, the guy's really fucking getting on. Maybe he's getting tired of doing these movies. Maybe he's tired of working on movies now. But I don't know, fucking Cubby Broccoli waited till he was fucking close to 90, probably after, before he died. The guy never fucking stopped. I kind of got to respect him for it. Barbara Broccoli has said, "My life has been dedicated to maintaining and building upon the extraordinary legacy that was handed to Michael and me by our father, producer Cubby Broccoli. Okay, I have had the honour of working closely with four of the tremendously talented actors who have played 007 and thousands of wonderful artists within the industry. With the conclusion of No Time to Die and Michael retiring from the films, I feel it's time to focus on my other projects." And I don't know, man. That's mostly been all you ever known. I mean, if she does try these projects, is it gonna do well for her? I mean, okay, she's kind of going her own way a little bit, but I don't know. I think the James Bond franchise may be a bit more suited to her, despite my disagreements on some of the decisions made. So yeah, they bought Bond for around about 6.79 billion. Fucking hell, Christ! Whoa, that is a lot. Yeah, so what, you passed out after me and West talked the monkey, but yeah, the internet loves Henry Cavill. Seems Hollywood doesn't know. I know, come on, just put him in something fucking good. Let him have some creative control because he's one guy that seems to have some knowledge about the things he does. He could have been a really fucking great Superman, but no, Zack Snyder has to fucking put his, fucking teenage, I have to fucking cause destruction whenever I fucking can, put that over plot kind of shit with his movies. And as people have said, the problem with Amazon is they make so much money being Amazon that even if they lose money on shows like Rings of Power, it doesn't hurt them. Unlike Disney, that's bleeding money. Yeah, but that's got to fucking come into play one day as well. I mean, if a fucking $1 billion industry like Disney can bleed money, the chickens have got to the chickens have got to fucking roast for Amazon eventually. So, but there still is no other details on what is happening here. I mean, I think Amazon can be fucking good sometimes. I mean, I just watched the latest recent episodes of Reach. It's actually very solid, and I even say it's better than the second season so far. I'm hoping it doesn't drop the ball. But someone in the critical drunk post mentioned a while ago, I forgot his name, and even if I did, I won't mention it because I wouldn't think that's fair. But the woman who's running Amazon, I'm sure Jeff Bezos just owns it and doesn't really run it. The woman who runs it is really super woke, and she'll happily fucking force her agenda on a big fucking legacy franchise. If it's something like Reacher or Invincible, which hasn't really made that much of a mark outside of people who have read the books, and Invincible that only recently made its mark outside of people reading the original comics, then okay, she will happily leave that alone. And yeah, I probably suspect she might have had a hand in Fallout a little bit, but I still like Fallout. It had its mixed messaging on its on its pro-communist crap, but still, it still had Walton Goggins and Ella Parnell being fucking charming. So, so I'm also looking now. It's just going off on a fucking tangent, saying, "Hey, in the spring 2023, Amazon Prime Video launched Raw, a Bond-themed reality show, 007 Road to a Million." Yeah, what's the fuck that got to do with Amazon buying James Bond right now? Come on, let's give me some more details. Yeah, and it's just going on about Brian Cox owning it, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I really don't care, and that's it. I'm not finding anything else. I'm looking on every other news right now, see if I can find some more. But yeah, it's looking like the Bond franchise is gonna go super fucking woke. I mean, I'll give No Time to Die credit. They did backtrack on really trying to put fucking Lasagna Lynch on the fucking pedestal because she's an awful actress. I'm sorry, she's fucking awful. I mean, I do not like her acting. I don't think I've seen any good performance from her. I mean, some people are saying she's okay in The Jackal, but I don't know. I really don't know. But I am glad that we probably are going to be seeing more franchises with her or spin off because, come on, you give a franchise to fucking double or fucking diverse 007, yet you won't give one to fucking Jinx, who people did actually like. I mean, personally, I think Jinx is a little overrated. Halle Berry is gorgeous. She's stunning. But she has a really fucking bad script though, and I don't think the script helped her in any way. And her acting isn't always the best. I think that a couple of times she can be good. So I'm just looking up some more headlines, see if I can find anything. Because there's always some kind of source that probably does have a bit more detail about this. But now we're in a world where all the novels have been edited because it's problematic. And yeah, speaking of Reach Out, I was going to do an episode review on Western. Hope you can join us. I don't know if I can do it tonight. Obviously, tomorrow we're going to be a bit busy, and we can maybe try Monday. But let's try and do the first three episodes. Let's try and just keep it a bit more brief as well. That way we don't have to keep playing catch up. But that's up to you, mate. That's up to you. I was almost going to do one on the first three episodes, but I just haven't had time because I've still got some other videos to make. In fact, I'm making some 007 reviews for November. Some nice little retrospective series to bring in just before Christmas. I want to try and do that every November. But I think the James Bond franchise is the last November reviews I'm going to be doing. That's going to be uploaded every day because it's fucking tiring trying to get all this stuff while trying to do some streams, trying to sort my private life out as well, organize shit, financial shit, blah, 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 while also trying to do weekly reviews. But this is the good reason why I started in January. As soon as the new year came, I started with Dr. No, and then just need to do On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I've even done the 1967 Casino Royale, so I'm going to be doing the unofficial Bond reviews also. So yeah, you're gonna hopefully, if you're a sadist, you'll probably enjoy me having a nervous breakdown talking about that shit. So yeah, well, I'm still making stills right now, listening to yeah, fucking hell. Even when I'm listening to a stream or I'm streaming, I will be sort of typing down my reviews as well because I cannot fucking sit still for a long time. That's why most of the time I have an avatar, or sometimes I look like shit, which is a majority of the time. So I try to avoid the unfortunate sight for people. But looking at BBC, because BBC are always a fucking good laugh for impartial, accurate news, aren't they? So what will Amazon do with James Bond? And guess what? I probably won't get any fucking answers either. So it's all about blah 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 history. Yeah, yeah. Just get to the fucking point. Yeah, obviously, yeah. This is another bit that needs to talk about. Yeah, there was a lot of tension between Amazon and Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson because she brands them fucking idiots. She's called them idiots, and this leads me to another point. I, I think they couldn't fight their way out of this. I mean, I want to give. I don't want to be too hard on Barbara Broccoli because Inside Man is. He had a little bit of a tragedy. I won't mention it because that's up to him to say that publicly, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to go over his head here. I want to be very respectful, but whether it was, it was something very personal that happened, and Barbara Broccoli sort of helped him. She helped him through it, and yeah, and I don't want to be too hard. No, everyone else is a bit hard on her, especially during when No Time to Die was, you know, being championed as the Bond for the Me Too generation, which once again is very fucking well. But it looks like she wasn't happy with Amazon's some of the stuff that Amazon was suggesting for the Bond franchise, but it looks like she's lost the franchise anyway now, and that kind of gets me worried. I will say this though. I will give Jeff Bezos credit. Who do you want cast as James Bond? And people are saying Henry Cavill. Okay, or Aaron Taylor Johnson. Give Aaron Taylor Johnson the role. Don't give it to that fucking guy from Champions. I don't know this. I've got nothing against this guy, but he just doesn't look badass. He just doesn't. I mean, people say shit about Craig, but at least he looks fucking badass. I mean, I've seen him being badass. He was badass in Tomb Raider, even though he's kind of despite his dodgy American accent, and he could be very psychotic in Road to Perdition. And I did like him in that Queen Elizabeth movie. He barely had a fucking word to say though, but he had a good presence. So let's get some news articles up. So what will Amazon do with James Bond? And yeah, I should have done this earlier. I'm not a big news streamer. I don't do. Oh my god, this actress said this woke thing, and then oh my god, this actor said something anti-woke, like Ryan Kinnell and Geeks and Gamers and Jose Arazi's. I don't really have the time to do that, and plus, I'm just going to repeat myself. So yeah, let's get this up and share. So what will Amazon do with James Bond? Yeah, I still hate that fucking tuxedo. I mean, I think, yeah, Daniel Craig has really got into the virtue signal. He really has. So yeah, tensions between Wilson and Broccoli top priority remain protecting the Bond brand. Yeah, didn't do a very good job protecting that, did they? Okay. I mean, Two Man says David Zaritsky, creator of the Bond Experience fans channel on YouTube and Instagram. Yeah, I am. I am very. I kind of don't blame you, but I am a little bit more skeptical, and I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping they actually do this justice the way they did with Reacher. I mean, because that made changes from the books, but according to Toxic, who has read the books, the changes were warranted. Like they gave Reacher more of a personality. They made him a bit more likable. They gave his team in season 2 more personality. Okay, so David Zaritsky, the nostalgia part of my mind feels a little bit of sadness. Broccoli and Wilson have been the custodians of all these years, so it feels like a bit of royal blood in lineage has been severed. That said, nobody likes inactivity, and there's been a lot of inactivity around the James Bond franchise for many years, and Amazon, as a company, will not have the patience for inactivity. Yeah, I need to highlight this, don't I? Lovely Emma Stone's on there for some reason, I don't know why. So I'm very hopeful and dare say a little bit excited that they are going to do something with the franchise that'll be interesting nonetheless. I need to get a proper fucking mouse because the touchscreen is a bit of a bastard to fucking highlight. That's why I use another laptop for all my fucking typing and shit. Other franchises which have drastically expanded perhaps offer some clues about what we can expect from the forthcoming Amazon era of Bond. Lancelot Navarian, the James Bond historian, journalist, and filmmaker, told BBC Radio 5 Live a good comparison is George Lucas selling Lucasfilm to Disney in 2012, giving the company control of the Star Wars brand. Yeah, kind of, but I think someone said this to Lance on his 007 stream, and yeah, Lucas created Star Wars, so it's kind of different. If it was Ian Fleming handing these rights over, from the grave, then we could probably make that comparison. But it's it's not totally wrong either. And yeah, they went off and made that sequel trilogy, and whether you like it or not, it got made rather quickly. There wasn't a 3 year wait between films. Yeah, but it was all fucking rushed, and there was no fucking plan. It was all over the fucking place. It wasn't good. And if Amazon have any fucking sense, which I highly doubt they do, they've got to really fucking work with this. They've got to listen to the fucking fans here. Don't just say, well, we're going to put this in James Bond, and then, wait for people to say, come on, stop with the fucking woke shit. It's like, well, what do you mean woke shit? You're toxic. You're a fucking bigot. What the fuck do you know? You're just the fans. So they've got to avoid doing that at all costs, like they did with fucking Rings of Power. They've got to hire people that know what they're fucking doing. Jesus Christ. Let Henry Cavill be the fucking creative control, because he seems. I don't know how big he is on James Bond, but he always seems to be a big fucking. He always seems to at least know what he's talking about when he's getting into whatever franchise or whatever he's doing. So, yeah, that's why I'm doing just once a week show. You do it. People just keep copying and pasting the same shit. I know, because as much I like Jose Razes and Ryan Kindle as human beings, I think they're very fucking decent guys. And yeah, call out the fucking woke Hollywood, but I'm just fed up of hearing Hollywood just say something fucking woke again, and because it kind of sounds like a record repeating all the time. And I'll probably have another few minutes and yeah, come off it, because this is still new news. This is still new news. It's still very fresh. The details are still very scarce. So yeah, now it's coming to Star Wars. Come on, can we get back to fucking Bond, please? Fans are hoping any Bond extensions will be better than 2023's dubious game show 007 Road to a Million, hosted by Brian Cox. Yeah, I have not watched it, so I have no fucking idea. And yeah, there's a fucking Billie Eilish, which is I kind of liked a bit better than the Sam Smith one, but at the same time, I really hate that fucking theme song now. It's she can't fucking sing. I don't know why they've picked Billie Eilish. They could have gotten someone. Get the fucking Arctic Monkeys, because he could do a really cool, lively, sort of very retro sounding 60s guitar twang to the Bond theme. If you listen to Last of the Shadow Puppets, they're both their albums. They sound like they could be Bond themes or something up for a spaghetti western. Get Alex Turner and Miles Kane on this. But yeah, the Bond franchise, and particularly the subject of which actor will take over from Craig, is of such fascination to the public that it's the focus of a new show currently playing in Cirencester called A Role to Die For. There are people who have grown up with it, for whom James Bond has been part of their culture for their entire lives, says the appropriately named Derek Bond, who directs the show. Is this back on that fucking show again? There we go. Okay. Character, we've already got the origin story. One area the company will almost certainly be looking at now. All right, Lola, it's all right. Hey, the dog's scratching herself. One area the company will almost certainly be looking at now, they're in creative control, is the potential for character origin stories in a similar vein to other famous and beloved film characters who've seen their own spin-off films. So what's they're gonna do some more? Wait, oh my god, Cruella extension of one. And one. Are they actually gonna do a fucking villain origin story? Are they gonna do a Blofeld origin story? I don't want to. I really fucking hope not. I don't want to see an M origin story or a Moneypenny origin story. I don't want to see that. We don't need it. We get who these characters are. You know, they are totally complex, but but they are interesting. They are still charming. You know, we got straight away who M was in the first Doctor No, in Doctor No. You know, he's very stern, he's not nonsense, but you can still tell he cares about his fucking agents, though he has no problem sending them off to their death because they know the risks. They know what the job entails. It's a mutual respect against the superior and the and the agent. Anyway, for lack of a better word. Yeah, I don't want a show based on Jaws or Odd Job or Goldfinger. No, we get who these people are. You know, what I mean, Goldfinger's a fucking psychopath. He's obsessed with gold. He's tyrannical. He's not. You know, he's not that complex, but he had a good actor to make him fun to watch. He was fascinating. I don't want need to know how Mayday came about and met fucking Zorin. That is no fuck off. Oh, I am really skeptical now. This is bullshit. This is actual bullshit. Uh, I don't want to see something and make me think, oh, maybe they weren't such bad after all. No, these were bad people, but Mayday kind of does redeem herself, and I kind of liked. She was like probably the best character in fucking A View to a Kill. I think Amazon will stop short of doing it ad nauseum. I don't know. To a point where they're having spin offs about the MI16 janitor that sleeps in the corner. If they do have spin offs, I think it's going to be characters. No, they'll probably do it with a fucking diverse fucking a diverse janitor. If the janitor's diverse, they'll do a spin off. Yeah, this is quite possibly the worst thing to happen to this franchise, tweeted Griffin Schiller of FilmSpeak after Amazon's announcement. Yeah, it's. I'm really starting to think. I'm really starting to agree now. I think this is really starting to put me towards the side of they're gonna fuck this up. They really are. Uh, yeah, Barbara Broccoli. I really hope you haven't you didn't deliberately cave in and just take the fucking money. I really want to have faith in you that you did at least try and put up a fight. But I don't know, maybe it looks like I don't know. I don't know. It's still I've not totally looked into that, so they may not necessarily have been compatible with Amazon, who are presumably looking to buy a brand rather than only a film franchise in an effort to maximize profit, blah, blah, blah. It does not tend to be a slightly older generation that is skews to, and it does tend to be a slightly older generation that it skews to, and there's a whole generation of people who have not experienced a James Bond film, and now I wonder if they will. Bond says. Well, I don't know what they're fucking talking about there, but what do you mean it tends to be a slightly older generation that skews to it? You know, you're making it sound like anyone who's fucking older is the ones that's negative to it. No, there's people younger than me who have watched this franchise and really like these films and are smart enough to realise that you don't fuck with James Bond. You don't turn his character into something that he isn't. You don't fit him in a box he can't fit in. It's not just fucking older generation. It's probably their nice way of saying, yeah, well, they're all old and fucking bigot stuck in their ways. Who cares? Broccoli has made efforts to keep attracting young audiences in other ways, however, such as selecting popular. Yeah. Yeah, and they're all being shit. You know, just because you're picking someone that's new and hip doesn't mean it's beneficial. I mean, Tina Turner was in her fucking 50s when she did Goldeneye. That was a fucking great track. That was fucking great. Repositioning of the brand could see Amazon try to take the franchise in the direction that appeals to a more younger audience as well as an American. Yeah, so a modern audience then. Modern audience. Which is slightly cooler on the Bond brand than the UK. What the fuck you on about? Come on. People in the. Do the Americans really love Bond more than the UK does? I don't know. I disagree there. Yeah. Radio 4's PM told Hannah Strong saying it's bad news for the franchise and British film as a whole. Yeah, I agree. It's a premier British film property, and I think the control reverted it to an American company, not least one that hasn't shown that much commitment to great cinema. It's probably quite worrying. So Bond has always kind of been American, though. American movies. I mean, because it's Americans that fucking put the money towards it. So it's not really anything different. But Amazon, yeah, that said, Amazon will be aware that Bond makes a huge amount of money as it currently is, and that altering the core product itself in a way that appeals more to an American audience could be a huge risk. And maybe, then again, it was always kind of appealing to American audiences anyway back in the 60s. So I don't know. I don't know. Fucking hell. When Amazon brought MGM, Broccoli was quite outspoken about the fact she was finding it difficult to come to a middle ground with Amazon. I expect the middle ground involves an awful lot of money. Yeah, I wanna give her the benefit of the doubt that she just took the money, but Broccoli previously said James Bond could be any race and that he would remain male. Yeah, okay, but I think this is one where he should stay white. I mean, I don't know, I'm always kind of maybe Idris Elba would have been a good Bond in the reboot, but back when he was young enough to do it. But come on, the guy's in his 50s now. He's too fucking old for the role, and just keep Bond white and British, okay? Because you wouldn't like it if we took Black Panther and made him white, So because I mean, I don't mind Nick Fury being black because he had a good actor and he played the part pretty well, even though he is mostly Samuel L. Jackson playing the role. Yeah, Amazon were gonna rock the boat. They're gonna rock the boat. Zaritsky suggests Amazon won't wait around, although the first thing to launch may not be a film. No, no, stick to a fucking movie. Stick to a movie. But yeah, I think I'm going to call that a day on the news. I am very skeptical about that now. I really am. This is not good. But we'll get in the chat though. I don't want to be an ignorant bastard. Scruffy beard. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan, but I don't like what's going on with it. Yeah, that's totally fine. You'd have to be the biggest fan, but the fact that you appreciate that a well-loved franchise could be getting fucked over is, yeah, it's still a sad thing to do. I mean, I'm not even the biggest fan of Harry Potter, but if they took that and tried to walk the fuck that up, if they took the rights over from J.K. Rowling and walks the fuck out of it, yeah, I would be upset. I mean, I'd be very upset for the fans. I mean, fucking hell. If they tried to walk up Twilight, which I fucking hate, I'd be upset for the fans as well because some people still love those movies. I don't get it, but you don't fuck around with stuff that people love. If you're gonna take over something, do it with respect. Get your fucking research and find out about the original author's intent and what he was trying to do with it. And any changes you make, hopefully, still respectful. It's like, yeah, hello, Tony Down Under. Took me a day to process it. I'm honestly sad. Yeah, I'm going to try and watch your video on it as well. I think you made a video on it, or am I thinking of someone else? I don't know. Like, wow. Damn, look, not many humans are bigger than Reacher. This guy's a mutant. Oh, yeah, that guy. Fucking hell. Because I saw it on the trailer, and as soon as I watched the show, I before I watched the show, I completely forgot about the big guy in the trailer, and then as soon as he came on, I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, fucking hell!" Because I only watched the trailer once, but yeah, he does look like he might have the upper hand in some way. But yeah, my favourite franchise is now being handed to a bald man who is the head of an evil organisation. Yeah, that's good. That's fucking right, man. That's right. Yeah, I'm going to check that out, and yeah, thanks for joining me a lot, but I'm going to call it a day now. I think I've gone on long enough. I don't think there's anything else to say. If more news comes out that's really infuriated me or actually has given me some hope, then I will do another little stream on it. And so far, they are saying we're going to make Bond walk. I hope not, anyway. But they are saying they're trying to make it for a younger audience, and yeah, it does seem like a nice way of tiptoeing around the modern audience drop. So I am very, very skeptical. So we will see what happens. And that is the end of the show. And thanks for joining me, Scruffy Beard, Blue Collar Loser, Tony Down Under. It's a small group of people in the chat, but I don't mind because it means I get to interact with you a bit more here and speak to you. Because if it was a big stream with tons of fucking people coming over, I would not be able to get a chance to talk to you all because unless you were doing the super chat, which would be good because I'd be getting money out of it. So it's hard thing. It's hard to see it being good, but if they bring out 3 great Bond films, I will be happy. Yeah, if the first Bond film is actually decent, I mean, right, just go back to basics a little bit. Right, try and have a little blend of the dark and gritty with the camp and the camp fantasy. Try and find that middle ground. Try and find that middle ground of Bond being a ruthless fucking bastard, but a romantic, compassionate human being as well. Try and find that middle ground because Bond can still be. When they say like we're trying to make Bond more sensitive, no, don't make him too sensitive. Make him sensitive enough that doesn't compromise his hard exterior. So yeah, once again, I've said I was going to fucking stop the stream, and I'm waffling on again. So I will end it there now. So whether you beautiful bastards are Northern, English or not, thanks for watching. And do remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that bell in order to be notified. And if you wish to further support this channel, links will be in the description below. But right now, that's me done, and I'm off to the pub. And yes, the problem with one good film is that Star Wars had success with The Force Awakens, and that's what I worry. Anyway, have a good day. Yeah, wanted to finish off that chat before I leave. So yeah, take care and have a great weekend, you lot.